Okay, as you know, the whole boxing world is trying to run around and save face simply because they cannot accept the loss of Vasily Lomachenko. It's funny. I think Lomachenko can accept his loss, but the people around him just can't do it. But nonetheless, here we are with the same old scenario, the same old I hurt my shoulder, some old Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao crap. Just can't admit that you got outclassed, outboxed, and your skills wasn't up to par. Now, to the lesser degree, Lomachenko, because a lot of this noise is coming from the team around him. Like I said, this loss sits uncomfortable with everybody. And I think the person that at least sits comfortable with is the people around him. I think Lomachenko can take it a little bit better. But one thing's for sure, the people around him don't like this loss, because you don't understand what people had invested in Lomachenko. People don't understand what Lomachenko actually represented. People don't understand the machine that was behind Vasily Lomachenko, the politics that was behind Vasily Lomachenko. It may seem invisible, but as you can see, you can tell it was something more going on by the way people are crying for this man. You know, and you shouldn't be crying for this man, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to set these guys straight because, you know, that's how we do it. Especially over here on this channel, we're going to set your ass straight, okay? So as far as this whole injury shit, it's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. You know, it's bullshit. It's always an injury. It's always this. You just can't say that, you know, you got bested, bro. You just can't say that your fighter got bested. However you want to look at it, but it's bullshit. And we finna prove it's bullshit right now. One of the primary reasons why Lomachenko's so-called shoulder injury is bullshit is what Lomachenko said right before the fight.
Performances, no matter what obstacles stand in his way.
I never show my 100% my skill because always it was some little problem. Fight with Linares, I had a problem with my shoulder. If we remember Pedraza, it was my first fight after surgery. And Corolla, I broke my hand, but I finished this fight. Some guys finished and said no mas. Now I'm healthy. I'm ready mentally for this fight.
Lomachenko shot his own self in the foot by saying this will be his best performance. We have never seen him operate at 100%. This will be the first time he enters the fight injury-free, and all of his skills will be on display. Okay? So how are you going to say this man got an injury? And he's sitting up here telling you, this is the first time I haven't had an injury. This is the first time you're going to see the real Lomachenko. This is the first time I don't have to worry about it. This is the first time that I'm 100%. It's the same shit I pointed out with Deontay Wilder is doing secret training. No, Deontay Wilder's not training. Now they flip the switch back to Deontay Wilder is in superhuman shape. So which one is it? Is he in superhuman shape? Because Deontay Wilder just came out and said himself he's not training. It just goes to show you, once these people print these articles up and all this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Man, track these guys, man. Do your research, man. Because the more I look into this shit, I'm finding that these people in this boxing industry, as far as comes making these articles, whatever, they're about as fugazi as these content creators. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But your man said this is the first time he was going to be 100%. All right? There's nothing you can do. But don't worry. Because, you know, when I do it, I like to overdo it. Okay? Let's look and see what Vasily Lomachenko was doing in training camps 3 weeks out into the fight. Now, how the hell you gonna do any of that stuff with a shoulder injury? Huh? You see the shit he's doing? Do you guys see this shit? How in the hell do you do exercises like this with a shoulder injury? And I'm most definitely somebody that you can't pull this shit on. You know, I train athletes for a living. So I'm well aware of what the shoulder is capable of when it's injured and not. And what exercises you need to do to get around your hurt shoulder and whatever and whatnot. So, but you don't do exercises like this when you have a hurt shoulder, when you have a torn rotator cuff or something like this. And people say, okay, well, you know, he was starting out the match slow and, you know, he didn't really want to throw those punches and stuff like this. Watch how Vasily Lomachenko go to town on this heavy bag. And y'all mean to tell me this man had a problem throwing hooks? Stop with the bullshit, man. Stop with the bullshit. They're fucking lies, okay? And this is what I'm going to end it with. And this is going to sum it up better than actually this footage that you didn't see, okay? And I'm going to take this side note from my man Kirk DeVille, because he said something that's paramount in this whole situation. How in the fuck do you supposedly have a shoulder injury, okay? And Papachenko supposedly wanted Lomachenko to pull out of the fight, but he didn't want to do it, okay? Now listen to this. You supposedly had a shoulder injury. Your father don't want you to fight. You lost a week of training, and you lost a week of sparring, okay? Now make this make sense. With all those factors going on, can you please tell me why the fuck you wouldn't put a rematch clause in your fucking contract? Does that make sense? If it was to the point his father was so worried, to the point he wanted to cancel the fight, then why the fuck would you not put a rematch clause in the fucking contract? Does that make any sense? No, it don't, because it's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie, okay? Now that's 3 things I done pointed out to you, and one of them alone could debunk this shit. But that's 3 hardcore, solid, you can't deny it if you wanted to, evidence and proof that Team Lomachenko is flat out fucking lying. Along with the rest of the fucking boxing world. I don't care what doctor you said this and said that. Everybody know doctors have always been in pocket. Okay, always been in pocket. All right? So I'm not impressed by, oh, well, a doctor said this, a doctor. Yeah, Wilder did the same shit. Okay? So I don't want to hear that crap. All right? I don't want to hear that shit at all. The point is, he got his ass whooped. And he didn't have an answer. And how the boxing world is saving face for them hyping up Lomachenko is by trying to get casuals to believe this was a close fight. So you don't have to pay attention to how much they overhyped this dude. Okay? How much they overhyped. How did they get it this wrong? Lomachenko is Roman Gonzalez Chocolatito all over again. Y'all claimed he was this. Y'all claimed he was that. He was pound for pound this, pound for pound that. As soon as he got his ass stretched, what happened to him? Nowhere. Faded into oblivion. It's done. You seen the kind of exercises this man was doing 3 weeks up into the fight. Okay? You seen what he said 4 weeks out into the fight. Okay? And with all that being said, and if all that injury shit was true, why the fuck would you not put a rematch clause in your damn contract? You can't tell me your team is that stupid. Now, I'll admit, that game plan that y'all tried to throw down, that was dumb as hell. Okay? Dumb as hell. But you can't tell me your team is this stupid. So if you had a shoulder injury and whatnot, I would think somebody like you should have a rematch clause. And not only that, Teofimo Lopez is a champion, man. He deserved a fucking rematch clause. But y'all didn't want to do that. Not at all. You know? So, now, all this diva shit has came back and bit him in the fucking ass. And has bit the rest of the boxing world in the fucking ass. Because y'all tried to Rocky Balboa this guy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tried to do the old Sylvester Stallone. Put him in the Boxing Hall of Fame right quick for doing shit. That's what y'all tried to do to this dude. Nobody ever denied that he has skills. That's one thing that I can say about at least my side of things, I can say anybody that I know of who have ever had anything critical to say about Lomachenko always paid homage and recognized that they can tell that this is a skilled fighter. However, on the other end of things, when it comes to maybe fighters people think I like or other people like, because you know they love bringing up Floyd, they don't even want to give him credit for his skills. Everybody's always giving Lomachenko credit, but put a but behind it. Anybody else, Ward and all them, y'all just trashed them. Never tried to recognize anything good about him. But at least people recognize the skill of Lomachenko. They just didn't get put to sleep. You know? But there it is, clear as day. Once again, take my videos, the Facebook, do whatever it is that you want, because they don't want y'all seeing this shit. They definitely don't want me making videos. I know they can't stand it every time I fucking upload, because I'm always getting some shit. Now they fucking with my Twitter and stuff like this. So take my shit and do whatever you want with it. Spread it around. You know what I'm saying? You already know how we get down. Boxing last line of defense. Bruce Vane, I'm the fuck out.